I
Yeah.
walked in on my first day of orientation, and all of a sudden the other people who were being recruited didn't look like badasses. Like, there were balding middle-aged men, and there were women in Velcro shoes, and there were, you know, people with pot bellies, and there were people with glasses that were humongous and super thick. And I was like, oh, it's not really like an elite contingent, an elite cadre of badasses. This isn't the Navy SEALs, right? This is CIA. This is a bunch of smart people who can blend in and be forgotten, which absolutely crushes your ego, because you're like, oh shit, that means I'm just an awkward looking brown guy who's easily forgotten. I'm the opposite of being special. So that's how it starts. And then from that kind of foundation of being broken down, of realizing the fact that a good spy is forgettable, that a good spy is ignorable, that a good spy blends in. Once you kind of accept that, then you open the floodgates for all the skills, and the skills are pretty incredible. And then you start learning how to think, how to act, how to manipulate people, how to understand information, how to find secrets, how to steal secrets. And then you learn the technical skills, you learn the driving skills, you learn the shooting skills, and it just goes on and on. And then you start traveling the world, and then you start seeing new places. And all of a sudden, within about 8 months, you love the fact that you are bland and boring and forgettable, because you are the threat that nobody even knows is in the room.
There's something powerful about being that quiet threat. I can imagine it does come from, obviously, going from having the ego deflated to then almost expanded to a way and level that is concerning for one human to walk around with. But it's true, when you can be forgettable, you can blend in. But to be honest with you, you don't seem like you had that feeling about you. Maybe I'm just feeling into this, but it feels like you always knew you weren't the guy that blends in, but yet you just play the part really well. How did you handle that, like, dance, that different dance?
Yeah, it's the dance that we all really do understand. Like, everybody's trying to get attention without getting too much attention. Like, we're trying to get attention from the girls we like without getting attention from the girls we don't like. We're trying to get attention from the teachers that we want to impress without getting the wrong attention from the teachers that we know don't like us. We're trying to get the boss's attention without getting the boss's attention. Like, we're all kind of always dancing in this dance. So what CIA kind of taught me was that the struggle between being noticed and being successful, that struggle is artificial. You can be successful without being noticed, and you can be noticed and never be successful. And they kind of started showing me that through the lens of an operations officer, through the lens of the person who's supposed to find and steal secrets, the perfect person to steal secrets from is the person who has been successful enough to rise the ranks, right? To become a senior military leader in a foreign military, to become a senior Taliban official in the Taliban, to become a senior extremist leader in an extremist terrorist cell. Like, it takes real talent to climb up any ladder, whether it's an extremist ladder or whether it's a corporate ladder. When you find the person who has the talent to climb to the top, but they've always been unfulfilled because they've never been noticed. When you have that combination, you have the perfect target for espionage. Because that person has a chip on their shoulder. That person has an axe to grind. That person's angry. That person's disappointed. That person's frustrated. That person's, they feel like something has been, like an injustice has been executed against them. And that's the exact recipe that you need in order to leverage CIA's skills for manipulating and creating a traitor out of somebody who was previously a patriot.